What's up, everybody? Welcome into another episode of Profit Picks. If you are new, we always start this show by being transparent. And yesterday ended up being a profitable day for myself. It was 2-2, but the top play, 5% was on Storm, minus 4.5. It did go all the way up to, I think, as high as minus 9.5. Didn't matter what number you got, they won by 31. So that made it a profitable day, even though it was 2-2. So I will take it. Vino, good to be back with you again here. How did yesterday work out for you, and how you doing today?
I'm doing good, but and actually yesterday worked out better than I could have asked for. Like you, I was on that Seattle Sparks game, and I was on it early the day before, and I had played the original total over 162 and a half as a 5% for clients who actually got involved and then had to take it down when the Kelsey Plum injury happened. So folks that had already bet it at 5% at 162 and a half. And then I reposted again as 5%, just some, as we talked about yesterday, just zeroing in on the Seattle team total over 81 and a half, which wound up being another winner. So we got both ends of that game, both at 5%. So it was a terrific day. Overall, the card was 4-1. So the numbers are off the charts now. It's almost plus 100 units. I think it's 98.9. The last 3 months since March the 17th. We're now at June 18th. So it's a 13-week run that's just been special, and hopefully keep it going right here.
Nice work, Mr. Vino. And yeah, the Sparks came out. Came. They were scoring at first, right? That first
Mm.
quarter was, I think, yeah. When I remember some point watching the game, and I'm like, oh, there goes that over for Vino. Like it was early in the game that I knew it
Yeah.
was on track. Um, and that Seattle team total was really really easy. So nice work there. We have one game for today, Vino. We'll see if we can make some money here. That is Mercury and the Sun. This one opened up minus 12.5 for Phoenix on the road. Now up to 14.5. Total open 155.5, and it shot up. I see it as high as 158.5 right now. Who's available? So for Phoenix, Sammy Whitcomb and Megan McConnell look like they're both out. And then Lakin for Connecticut is the only person who's been ruled out as of right now. This is the second of a back to back for the Sun. They did play the Fever yesterday. Game got pretty chippy to say the least. Um, I saw this comment. Mark says, "Just one W game today. I have Mabry by TKO in the fourth quarter." I love Marina, man. She's always ready. I'll tell you that. But yeah, the second of a back to back for them, and it's the front end of a back to back for the Mercury. The Mercury actually play the Liberty tomorrow, so this is a little bit of a nasty spot, I guess. Or I'll say this, Vino. I'll ask you this: do you agree with the market pushing the total up the way that it has, about what, 3 points? Um, Given the situation for both teams, front end of a back to back and second of a back, or yeah, second of a back to back.
I'm not sure, honestly, Skee. When I looked at, I mean, I'm not willing to lay that big of a price with Phoenix. They start to work Kalia Copper back into the lineup here. It's an Alyssa Thomas homecoming against Connecticut here, which should be big. A lot of things, obviously, situationally, would point toward Phoenix, but you do wonder if Connecticut has enough fire in the first half to keep it close enough to where they can't be beaten by 15 points. They showed a lot of fire last night. Sidewise, I'm not sure. I'll say it that way. I'm not sure I'm in agreement with the line move, but I'm not in total disagreement either. So I'm really, I'm not standing tall on this question, Skee. I'm kind of leaning, but that's how I feel. I mean, can Phoenix beat somebody on the road by 15? Really not sure of that. And Connecticut may. Two ways to look at them, Skee. What happened last night could have bonded them and sparked them a little bit, because they definitely were in a, like you say, a little bit of a fight there with Indiana, and maybe it brings them together, or are they just tired out from playing that game last night? We'll see.
Well, Here's a thought for Phoenix. Can they cover a game like this on the road? Yeah, I don't think that's really the problem. Some of the problems I have with the Mercury right now are it's what I think Khalid Copper's second game back. She barely even played in that first game. Remember, we talked about, or I mentioned that comparing it to the way Caitlin Clark did it. So who knows how she'll look again in the second game. And then you're missing a shooter, Sammy Whitcomb. And then I just feel like the Mercury care more about playing the Liberty tomorrow. I just don't think there's that much energy and effort into this game. So I feel like if they even if they're up, I mean if they are up, like they're gonna save regardless, they're gonna save some of that energy and minutes for New York tomorrow. So I couldn't lay 14 with them. If I liked Phoenix, I would chop it in half and bet the first half. Um, but let's take a look at this. Let's pull this up here. How can I? Yeah, that's how I'm feeling. And also, if I think like that, I mean, total wise, I think Connecticut could die out in the second half. So no, I don't want nothing to do with the side because it's just wrecking my brain. I look at the
Hmm.
total and I'll say Connecticut could die out in the second half. Phoenix could save energy in the second half. I would be looking at a second half under. I think that's what's most appealing to me. So that makes me think the total. I mean, first half could be low scoring too, but that's how I see the game going. And I'll pull this up real quick. But what do you think about that, Vino?
Well, I do put more credence into that aspect, the total aspect, possibly going under. I looked earlier this morning, Skee, to see that Phoenix's team total was 86 and a half. Are they really going to get to 87 in a game where they might be conserving energy, in a game where they are still trying to get Claire Copper worked in and involved and become cohesive? It just seems like a not a well-oiled machine to get to 88 points. And again, Connecticut showed some feistiness on the defensive end last night. They got beat pretty good. They did stay within the number, but defensively they did. J.C. Sheldon out at the top, just all in Caitlin Clark's business last night. And if they have that type of, let's
B.
say, fire left in them and
Oh.
intensity in the first half, maybe you keep Phoenix underneath 40. And if Phoenix is even winning the game and doesn't care much in the second half, to get to 87 points is going to be a lot, in my estimation, for the Mercury here. And I think you brought up a good point about Sammy Whitcomb. She's been important off the bench as far as bringing them an extra shooter and whatnot. And I even leave out the fact that Natasha Mack is not fully integrated yet. She's only played about 3 games. And so she's still finding her way coming in off the bench. There's a lot of moving parts for the Phoenix side to think they could get to 88. Can they do it? I could go to Connecticut's statistical profile defensively. We went through all of that yesterday. And I can tell you how bad of a defense Connecticut is. And sure, Phoenix could get to 88. But I think situationally, it might be hard for them to get there, especially if they're conserving and saving something for New York tomorrow.
Yeah, we're in agreement on that. I think, what up, you Capper? Shout out to him. This is his
Oh, it's
website, The
muted.
Money Baller. You can't hear me? Because I'm speaking. Must be Rob. Let me know if you guys can hear me because I know it sounded a little funny on my end. Comment section. Need you guys really quick. Can y'all hear me? I guess not. So, oh, they hear me. They hear me, Vino. So it's you. It's you, Vino. Leave and come back. All right. What was I saying here? So yeah, shout out to my guy UCapper. We're using his website, the Money Baller. Make sure you guys check it out. But just looking at it here, I mean, I thought it was interesting that the team total. I mean, I guess I gotta take that off. Or man, I gotta take this off, huh? So we can see. My bad. So the team total in the first half, it looks like both teams stay under. That made me think about first half under, but let me get back over here because it's easier when I do like this. It made me think about that, but I look at this too. I mean, I mean, it's just how I see the game. I guess some of this stuff I do agree with. Like it could be first half under two, but I just think. I mean, look at the Sun. teams score on them in the first half because their first half team total, they're not hitting. So it's them giving it up on defense in the first half, and then teams just maybe don't care because they're up so much. So I think the full game is probably the best way to go. Um, Let me take a look at a couple more comments here. Mark said he's worried about a blowout and backdoor cover. Could be. Nice work, you capper. That was easy money. Easy money. I was running to the window to bet that one. I bet it one. I bet it 3 times. Not even gonna lie to you. I bet it first on I don't know if we're supposed to say sports books, but if we're not, they'll let me know. I bet it first on BetMGM, then I bet it at Westgate. I bet it 3 times. All right. Yeah, they got Liberty tomorrow too. UCapper's looking at the team total. He likes the Sun to play defense here. Maybe he just doesn't think the Mercury fully exert themselves offensively. And I do agree with that. I don't know that I want to trust the Sun defense, but I agree that the Mercury's offense won't be. Let me take a look here. Let me get back over here. Is there the full game team total? Mercury. I mean, I understand. We kind of got to throw these out. So let me take this off for now. Let me add Rob Veno back on here.
I think we're all good now, Skee. I can hear you again.
Cool, cool, cool. Yeah. UCappers in the building saying team total under for Phoenix. If,
Yeah, I
if
agree.
Phoenix if Phoenix is not scoring 86 and a half, this full game is staying under. That's just how I feel about it. Just scrolling through the comments. Under 81 is the number for the first half, I believe. Yeah, it is. I think they both can hit, honestly. But like I said, if the first if I watch this game and the first half scores 80 points or 81 points, I'm absolutely gonna go up to the window and bet the second half under. That's just how I feel about it. Um, Anything else, Vino, before we move it along? Oh, no, Vino. I don't know. Vino, it must be cutting up today, but UCAP are telling me go full season and click on home/away. You'll see Mercury's offense don't travel. Oh, okay. Let's pull it back up here then. Take a look at it one more time before we get out of here. Pull back up the money baller. You guys should be able to see this. Full season, home road, and it said we'll see the Mercury's offense doesn't travel. So on the road, the ninth offensive rated team will go down to team totals. I mean, why? I guess it didn't update. Oh no. I'm tripping. Yeah, they are 3-1 to the under, both first half and full game. I got you. They haven't been that great on the road. Okay. Definitely think this can be a spot where they're flat or, we don't see the greatest. He says they haven't gone over their team total on the road yet, averaging 74 points per game. Let me take a look. UCapper got me trying to do a super deep dive here on his team total. But can I just see, are these going to be, I want to see who these road games are against. That's what I'm trying to look for here. They played against the Aces. They won. They only scored 76. Yeah. Um, they played the Lynx. Lynx are really good defense. They played the Sparks, who played no defense, and they got 85. I mean, that's kind of selling right there. I like that, you Gabber. Vino, can you hear me?
I can't. I'm not sure it'll hold up on my end hearing you, but I can hear you right now.
All right. Yeah, UCAP are bringing up some good points. We've pulled up home and road splits. On the He's saying the Mercury offense doesn't travel on the road, and you can see here on the full season they are 3-1 to the team total under. He said also, let me go back there. They haven't gone over their team total on the road yet. Well, they have once, but they average 74 per game, is what it says there. So I went and looked at some of the teams they played. It was that one recent game versus the Aces. I think that was like I've been on a nice streak. That was my that was a loss for me. that killed my 10-0, I believe. So yeah, I saw that one. The Lynx, however, was a good defense, but Vino, this is kind of selling. They were only able to score 85 against the Sparks, and their team total is 86 and a half tonight. I mean, if they're looking ahead, it's hard for me to see them getting there.
I'll just throw a wrench into it real quick here, Skee. Those games were played without Alyssa Thomas, without Natasha Mack, without Kalea Copper. All three are back, and this is an Alyssa Thomas homecoming. I'm not trying to pour water on a fire here, but those could be reasons why you only get to, I mean, you get to 85 against LA without those three. Minnesota's a really good defense. A couple nights later, I think there's one more I saw here. Against Seattle, they scored 70 on the road, but again, no Mac, no Copper. It's interesting because you have to factor those injuries in and those absences in when you start looking at their road games. There haven't been many of them, but just about all of them have been played without key personnel that's in the lineup tonight.
Very, very good point. Alyssa Thomas does change the dynamic of the team 1,000%. So definitely things to look at here. All right. We're going to move it along, Vino. Best bets. But before we do, we'll toss this up there. 30 days of winning picks, pay for just 14. So yeah, I'm pretty sure you get like $100 off. And this deal is still active today. So I think, Rob Veno told you how much he's been killing it. Almost 100 units in the past 3 months. And I am heating up myself. I won 13 of my last 16 wagers, won 20 of the last 27 in the W. And let's see if we can both keep rolling right along here. If you guys want to join us, the link to our page is scrolling at the bottom. And yeah, on that note, let's get it back to best bets. So, Vino, I'll ask you if there's anything I missed or anything else you would like to promote. And if you have a best bet for the show, we would love to hear it.
Promo, I think we've covered pretty well. Skee, again, hot streak rolling long term right here, and we'll look to keep that going. For today, I'm just, because I'm leaning, I'm not really standing up with them because I haven't bet anything. I won't leave a best bet for today, but there's plenty more coming tomorrow, Friday, for the weekend. So we'll certainly have something there. I think my lean on this game would be towards Phoenix team total under. But again, I just gave you a couple of reasons why I'm not so don't say it with such a strong conviction, because I do think that the missing personnel in those Phoenix road games, and especially Alyssa Thomas, could make a difference here. So nothing best bet wise for today, but it'll be coming tomorrow and Saturday for sure.
All good. Sam Dog asked, is there any code needed for that promo? I don't believe there's a code. It didn't say anything on the graphic. I'm going to throw it up one more time just because I want to make sure. But no, it doesn't say anything about a promo code. So should just be good to go. For myself, I'm going to do something a little bit different today. And it's just how I feel. I mean, I think the best bet for today is to watch the first half and then go to the window and bet the second half under in Connecticut and Phoenix. I think that's the best way to approach this one. So that's what I'll be looking at when I'm watching the game at the book, and I think you all should too. Vino, appreciate you taking the time to come cap this game with us. Like I say, I always enjoy doing it, and it helps me out in my process quite a bit. To you all in the chat, appreciate y'all tapping in with us, helping make the show what it is. Great people, great cappers, and just always want to let you know you're appreciated. So best of luck, everybody, on all your action. We'll be back again talking some NBA Finals. Game 6 tomorrow could be the last NBA game, and we'll catch you guys then.